This is the 2024 Annual Meeting President's Report. The report is read by Matt Enoch, a Calista intern with ties to Nunapitchuk.
On June 7, Calista Corporation President CEO Andrew Guy presented the following board message at the 50th Annual Meeting of Shareholders in Anchorage. Our board has a critical function for the Calista team, which is to provide our direction. It accomplishes that by adopting our vision and mission statements. Our vision sets the inspirational objective for the Calista team. Our vision is to be a world-class corporation that exemplifies corporate responsibility, cultural stewardship, and economic stability. Integral to the vision is the mission statement, which sets the overall goal and the ways to make it a reality. Our mission is to increase shareholder benefits and economic opportunities through innovation, growth, leadership, partnership, execution, and financial discipline. To help us reach our mission, the Calista board and management adopts 5-year strategic goals and annual objectives. Calista management and staff takes the necessary daily actions to make those goals a reality. The important goal to increase Calista shareholder benefits, employment, education, and leadership opportunities is made possible by successfully executing the long-term plans and annual objectives for the other goals. As you can see, the other strategic goals are to sustainably develop Calista's natural resources, promote in-region economic development and partnerships, and maximize and grow profits through diverse, strong business lines. Today, I will provide highlights for each of these goals. Sustainably develop Calista's natural resources is a goal that encompasses both our renewable and non-renewable resources. Understanding we will continue to rely on subsistence activities, Calista's leadership, both past and present, have taken a careful and thoughtful approach toward mineral exploration and development, keeping in mind ANCSA's mandates to be profitable and to benefit our shareholders and communities. The history of Donlin demonstrates this. After our early leaders selected the Donlin land area, the first thing Calista did to prepare for development was wait, and wait, and wait. As you can see, we waited for 20 years before signing an exploration agreement. Exploration and studies have been going on for almost 30 years. Beyond gathering information, Calista has also been sharing information about Donlin. In 2004, the board formed the Shareholder Relations Committee. The purpose was for board directors to visit our villages to provide updates and answers in person. Since formation, the committee has completed about 200 visits to our YK villages. To avoid interrupting summer subsistence activities, the committee typically travels between September and March. From Donlin to voting to Calista operations, we review a wide range of topics that are important to Calista and our shareholders. One major area of concern over the next few years is the financial health of our village corporations. 7I, 7J revenue sharing is a key part of ANCSA. According to the Alaska Native Village Corporation Association, nearly 2/3 of village corporations surveyed said that they need 7J to survive. They told the ANVCA that 50 to 90% of their revenues are from 7J. Without revenue sharing, about 6 of every 10 village corporations would go bankrupt. For our region with 45 VCs, That means about 27 of them would no longer be able to provide for their communities. For example, one village corporation shared that 90,000 gallon fuel purchase was about $540,000. We can imagine what would happen when a VC does not have enough funds to purchase fuel for the village. According to a 2022 study from UAA's Institute of Economic Research, from 2014 to 2020, 7 of every $10 in 7i revenue came from Red Dog Mine. That's equal to $129 million each year to all village corporations. As we saw in the last slide, this is a significant amount of funding benefiting our village corp operations and ultimately our shareholders. Without this funding, 6 of every 10 village corps would no longer be able to provide any benefits operationally or otherwise. Unfortunately, 7i revenue sharing from Red Dog is declining. NANA projects that there will be a 30% drop in zinc output by 2027, just 3 years from now. This means that 7i revenue is expected to continue going down and eventually end around 2030. That means many of our village corps may end up in financial trouble. Calista continues to invite village corporation leaders to share this information with their shareholders. Returning to Calista directly, this is our 50th meeting. Our first meeting was held in Bethel. As mentioned in the board presentation, the first Calista leaders understood that the YK has dozens of villages. They also understood that it is challenging, expensive, or both for shareholders to travel. As a result, they set a goal for Calista to hold an annual meeting in each permanent YK community. In all, a total of 35 villages have hosted Calista annual meetings to date. How we manage our company directly impacts the distributions and other benefits we provide to shareholders. This chart shows the growth of dividends to shareholders. In 2008, Calista started providing a distribution every year to every shareholder, excluding the elders' distributions. The first green bar in 2014 shows the first year Calista started providing 2 distributions. We provided a record $16.3 million in distributions in 2023 alone. And the blue bar on the right is for 2024. That is $12.1 million from just the spring distribution. Calista's distributions, upon approval by the board, occur in spring and in November. The November distribution hasn't been declared yet, but it's amazing that the 2024 spring distribution is more than the total distributions for each year from 2008 to 2020. This chart shows the sources of each distribution. By far, the largest source is Calista's spring distribution. This source has provided $102 million in distributions in Calista's history. The second largest source is a Calista distribution that occurs each November. Although Calista started in 2014, over $28 million have come from this source. The third source of distribution is the Elders Benefit Program. There has been an Elders distribution every year since 2008, and it totals over $11 million. Let's take a closer look. In total, over $141 million have been distributed to shareholders. Nearly half of all Calista dividend dollars have been distributed since 2020, our current strategic plan period. That's over $66 million. From the first distribution until the end of 2019, The total of those distributions is $75 million. The dedication of our staff and performance of our companies provides for this success. The number of Calista shareholders has grown, and the average age of our shareholders is younger. As a result, we've sought to provide new ways to serve our shareholders. In December 2022, Calista launched a free directory for shareholders and descendants at CalistaShareholderBiz.com called Jaliwika, which means my workplace. This website features over 70 businesses owned by our shareholders and is still growing. If you would like to list your business, or if you know someone who should be listed, simply visit the website and register for free. Another service to shareholders was launching online voting for annual meetings. Online voting was first introduced in 2014. That year, about 2.5% of proxies were cast online. Last year, 80% of shareholders voted online, and over half of all voting elders cast their votes online as well. We designed the website for users to vote on their smartphone. We also made sure it used very little data so it loads quickly almost anywhere with a cell signal. In fact, a majority of online voters finished voting in less than 3 minutes using a mobile device. There are many other examples of successes in providing benefits and services to our shareholders. These actions are driven by our corporate and our cultural values. Looking at Calista's history, a turning point is when the board and management started incorporating our cultural values into our corporate values. Our cultural values integrate well with business operations. From continuous improvement to teamwork to respect, these cultural values provide the foundation for Calista and our team members to be stronger and more successful. On behalf of the board, management, and staff, Goyana Nichunilogy, thank you for listening.